And they weren't even out looking for Keir Starmer. These were people who initially turned up at the start of the day outside Number 10. We've seen their literature, we've seen their posters advertising the event. This was a protest against vaccines, it was a protest against Number 10 and against the opposition. And if you looked at the placards of the cards that they were holding, not a single person had a placard against Keir Starmer. These were people who turned up, had several placards against Boris, several placards against this government and against COVID restrictions and vaccines in particular. But these were people who turned up to Westminster to have a protest and then hung around Westminster, as so many protesters do. You and I have been in Westminster for a very long time, and we've seen these people hang around.
For the last few weeks, Tom, they're there every day.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, quite what Keir Starmer was doing walking along the street is beyond me when there's a tunnel that he could have gone
But listening to some of this media today, some broadcast media and some newspapers as well, you'd think that these were people who were set about to find Keir Starmer, to seek him out and to accuse him of scurrilous activity to do with Jimmy Savile. Yet, if you actually listen to the videos, and there are plenty of videos of this incident readily available to see online, it sounds like there's only one person who mentions anything to do with Jimmy Savile. This was a mob of people, many of whom seem to be pretty unsavoury people, who turned up to protest the government and the opposition, who were in large majority anti-vaxxers, who believe in some wacky conspiracy theories, from a new world order to something about the Magna Carta being overriding a vaccine rollout. I mean, the Magna Carta was annulled by Pope Benedict, by one of the popes a year after it was initiated in 1215.
Well,
if we really want to get into it,
have stayed with us.
I'm sure, and actually the point of the Magna Carta really, it should be more important than it is. But really, if we get into what these people were shouting about, they were shouting majoritarily about Julian Assange, they were shouting about Freemasonry, they were shouting about all of these things. Exactly. I mean, name any conspiracy or any cause.
And yet, I mean, Sir Lindsay Hoyle, who I think you'd agree with me, has brought a great degree of dignity to the job of Speaker, in marked contrast to some predecessors. We'll leave it at that for now. But that was a rebuke to the Prime Minister. I mean, and we've got us... I mean, you would have thought that Johnson had literally incited violence. Tom, I'm astonished, but you've called it out and called it right.